Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the return of one of the best wrestling shows, wrestling talk shows in the world, the Master of the Map. We are live, and I got a lot of stuff to talk about. The theme song in the background is so apropos of what I'm going to talk about. It's not even funny. Is this your first time watching the Master of the Map? Subscribe, follow, so you don't miss nothing from the Master of the Map. So let's stop the music and let's get right into business, because what I gotta talk about is what happened last night on AEW. WrestleMania 42, what Jey Uso did to Cameron, and the fact that it seems that no wrestling company wants to make money anymore. So we're going to jump right into this. Let's talk about AEW last night. Okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about what happened with Darby Allin and MJF in the main event. You had a decent show the entire 2 hours on TNT or TBS, whatever crap you want. You had all of that. You had a decent show. You're telling me the main event, which in every company is supposed to be for the richest prize in wrestling business, the World Heavyweight Championship. You're telling me that Tony Khan made the decision to have his world title main event a squash match? Now, I'm not the biggest MJF fan, okay, but he's a damn good wrestler. He plays his character to an absolute T. I'm not the biggest Darby Allin fan. but he's good. But what happened last night, it not only diminished the AEW World Championship, it devalued the company AEW, it devalued the AEW Championship, and it hurt the careers of MJF and Darby Allin. Let's flip the script, why don't we? What WWE did to formerly known as Powerhouse Hub, now goes by Royce Keys in WWE, what he did on Friday Night SmackDown in that squash match, that is a squash match. Because it not only put him over, it made him look dominant in a sense. It made him look damn good to the fact that where you got fans intrigued, what's next? Who's going to step up and challenge this man next? What happened last night? The match started off. I'm sorry, y'all. The match started off with a low blow by MJF. It got to a back and forth. Then Darby hit a low blow. Then he goes to the top rope and hit not one, not two, not three, but 4 coffin drops. Then picks MJF up, put him in a headlock, and spins him over to a headlock cradle to beat MJF for the AEW World Championship. The AEW World Championship is supposed to be the most respected championship in that company. In that company. But last night, that championship was devalued. Oh my goodness, what is going on with my computer? 1 second. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm having technical difficulties with my computer. Something stupid going on over here. All right. Give me 1 second. Let me close out these windows. All right. So what happened last night, it devalued the championship. It made the championship worthless to me. You got guys who tried their best to make their championship prestigious. Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page, Swerve Strickland. You got guys who tried to make that AEW championship prestigious. But in one swoop, a squash match with MJF and Darby Allin turned that championship into a mid-card championship. I'm just going to say it. You talk about how a wrestling company can go from top dog to top ramen or crap. That's what happened with AEW. It went from being the best wrestling company in the world to the biggest failure in professional wrestling. What happened last night should have never happened. Yes, we all knew Darby Allin was going to win the AEW championship last night. We all knew that. We all knew MJF was taking some time off. That was already planned out. But the way it happened, it shouldn't have happened. And if anybody watched this later on, I'm going to need you to comment and give me your thoughts on this, because what happened last night shouldn't have happened. Here you got AEW, perhaps one of the best companies in the world. 1 second. Here you have AEW, one of the best companies in the world. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to set things up, and it's not going according to plan. Oh, there we go. Now we got it. Here you have AEW, one of the best companies in the world, and last night you do a squash match that basically tarnished your company's reputation. Real bright, Tony Khan. And now that since I'm on Tony Khan, what are you doing with Ring of Honor? Here's a company that was out way before you was. Had a TV deal. Now they're basically on the internet, which makes no sense to me. You're doing the dumbest things, like WWE doing the dumbest things, because you're not giving Ring of Honor the rightful place it needs to be. How about give Ring of Honor Friday nights at 8 o'clock for 2 hours and let them compete with Friday Night SmackDown? How about that? TNT and TBS loves you. How about ask them for 2 hours Friday night and give it to Ring of Honor? That's just what I would do. But you want to talk about how wrestling companies are making big mistakes. Let's talk about Paul Levesque. Let's talk about how Mr. Paul Triple H Levesque is making bonehead decisions. He's making bonehead decisions by, at WrestleMania, there's not one damn tag team title match on the damn card, with the exceptions of the women's tag team championships. But you look at the damn card for Saturday night, you got perhaps the greatest goddamn tag team in WWE history opening the fucking show Saturday night. If that's not a slap in the face to the Usos, then that's a slap in the face to the whole goddamn tag team division. The tag team that held the tag team titles for 600 and something days. And you got them opening the goddamn show Saturday night. You got the career killer, Gunther, Seth freaking Rollins on Saturday. You got Liv and Stephanie on Saturday. Didn't Liv win the Royal Rumble? Shouldn't she be on Sunday? Shouldn't she at least get the privilege to wrestle on Sunday? But you got the worst goddamn WWE Women's Champion of all time, Jade Cargill, over there on Sundays wrestling Rhea Ripley, who won the Elimination Chamber. And don't get me started on Sunday. Again, not the biggest Brock Lesnar fan. But Femi's going on me. How the fuck do you have Brock Lesnar opening up Sunday at WrestleMania? The man who ended The Undertaker's fucking streak is opening show Sunday at WrestleMania? What the fuck are you smoking on, WWE? That's not a slap in the face to us. That's a slap in the face to Brock Lesnar. That's a slap in the face to Obafemi. That's a slap in the face to Paul Heyman. How the fuck do you have Brock Lesnar opening up Sunday night? It's bullshit is what it is. It's utter bullshit. The greatest tag team in the modern WWE history, the Usos opening up Saturday. The greatest combat sport wrestler in Brock freaking Lesnar opening up Sunday night. And this is Paul Levesque. You got the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble competing for her opportunity at the World Championship on Saturday, while the winner of the Elimination Chamber is competing on Sunday. Then let's go with then. You got two of the four horsemen women, and the ladies that start the ladies' evolution competing on Saturday. Charlotte, Bayley, Alexa competing on Saturday. And the Bella Twins, I can't leave them out, competing on Saturdays for the Women's Tag Team Championships against two ladies who needs to go back to NXT and craft their skills. The only reason Last Legend got called up because her fiance got called up. And I'm gonna get to him in a minute. Oh, trust me, I'm gonna get to him because I got a lot to say. It's been a long time since I did a Master of the Mat, and I got a lot to say. So, like I said, the only reason she got called up because her fiance is on SmackDown. Nia Jax, we should just call Nia Jax Miss Injury, because every time somebody get in the ring with Nia, they get hurt. Bayley, Jade, Tiff, they all get hurt. Sad part about it is she's half Samoan. She's a part of that Samoan dynasty. She's with the Usos, Roman, Jacob, Solo, the Tongas. I don't know about JC Mateo or his real name, Jeff Cobb. I'm trying to find a balance of where this makes sense at. Having the Usos open up Saturday, having Brock Lesnar open up Sunday. I'm trying to find a balance where this makes sense in a perfect world. Have Liv Morgan on Saturday, have Rhea on Sunday. I'm trying to figure out where does this make sense at. You barely hyped up Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor, and that's on Sunday. The Demon's coming back. Who cares? If he ain't coming back with the Good Brothers, then I don't really give a damn. You're finally doing something with Rusev. I don't understand why Rey Mysterio's in this ladder match, but hey, he's a legend. He's a Hall of Famer. He is a former two-time Intercontinental Champion, but I still don't understand why the hell he's in this ladder match. WWE for you. Not one tag title on the line. You constantly keep the Usos off of TV. Not the Usos, I'm sorry. The Street Profits off of TV. You have a stacked tag team division over on SmackDown. And this is no disrespect to Damian Priest and R-Truth, but why the hell are they tag team champions? You got the Motor City Machine Guns, Fraxium, the Street Profits, the Wide Six, the MFTs. All these guys, you have a stacked tag team division over on SmackDown. And you give the tag team titles to Damian Priest and R-Truth? That's good writing. That's good booking. Both men deserve a championship, but not the tag team titles. Just gonna keep it real with you. Then 1 second. Oh. Then you got Trick Williams. He's brash. He's cocky. He's arrogant. He got them lemon pepper steppers on. If he calls them the lemon, I think they from No, they're not from J.C. Penney's. They from. I think he went on Payless and got them half off on a half off deal. That's just my opinion. The guy's a jacked up, tall Nimrod with all the talent in the world and can't put it together to save his damn life. The only reason he beat Joe Hendrick for the TNA championship because they was getting ready to hype up Santana and Joe Hendrick wouldn't put over Santana. Oops, that wasn't supposed to come out, but it's the truth of the matter. Joe Hendrick felt like Santana wasn't ready to be a world champion TNA. He's not lying, but I'm gonna get to that in a different show. And you give Trick Williams the TNA championship, and he disrespects the championship by wearing it upside down and calls it Trick nonstop action or Trick and A. Trick Williams, you probably won't see this, and if you do, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. The only goddamn thing you're good for is carrying Carmelo Hayes' bags around. The only reason you got called up to the main roster, and I hate to say this because I'm black too, because SmackDown needed more black superstars. You're not that good. You can talk your ass off, but you're not that good. At WrestleMania, and a lot of people may hate me for saying this, but I'm going to say it. Trick do not need the United States Championship, and I'm going to tell you why. He's a former TNA World Champion, and that title is a recognized World Championship. Trick does not need it. You know who needs it? Sammy. You know who else? You know why I say Sammy needs it? This is why. Sammy has been preaching for ends on about winning the WWE Championship. The original main event for Saturday, because the WWE Championship was always going to be on Saturday, the original main event for Saturday before it got scrapped was supposed to be Sami Zayn, Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes in a 5-way match for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Drew McIntyre was supposed to retain the championship against Cody Rhodes on the edition of SmackDown. The match was changed at the last minute because Cody Rhodes used his, well, let's just say he pulled a Hulk Hogan. Because what people don't tell you is when Cody Rhodes came back, Cody Rhodes has created control over 5 matches. He used one of them this past week. So WWE, instead of pulling the trigger on, instead of pulling the trigger on the 5-way, they pulled the trigger on teacher versus student. Because Cody was a member of Legacy. Now, back to Trick Williams. And I'm going to get to Cody later on. Bet. I'm going to get to Cody later on. Because I'm a little irritated behind this whole damn WrestleMania card. This whole damn, everybody say Trick needs it. Nah, Trick don't need it. The people that needs that U.S. Championship right now, Apollo Crews, Matt Condoza, Aleister Black, Carmelo Hayes, Ilya Dragunov. Those are the guys that need it, not Trick. Because Trick is going to take that championship and use it as a paperweight. Let Sammy retain at WrestleMania and let Trick go home. Sami Zayn has had 2 big matches at WrestleMania and was victorious in both of those matches. He main event WrestleMania Goes Hollywood with Kevin Owens when they won the undisputed tag team championships from the Usos. A couple years ago, he defeated Gunther at WrestleMania to win the Intercontinental Championship, ending Gunther's 666 days as Intercontinental Champion. Now I ask you, a lot of people feel like Sammy don't supposed to be at WrestleMania. Well, he got there by any means necessary. By any means necessary. Tomorrow night on Friday Night SmackDown, they are bringing back the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. A lot of people is expected to be in that Battle Royal. There's also been rumors from Fightful Select that the Street Profits will finally come back tomorrow night. Okay? I can hold my damn breath, but okay. The state of professional wrestling as I see it. What AEW did last night diminished that company. It diminished that company to where, in my opinion, it's hard to watch AEW now. Because the fact of the matter is, Darby was going to win. But why turn it into a squash match instead of having it being a straight up one-on-one technical classic? You know why? Because Tony Khan decided, let's give the fans something stupid and let's turn it into a squash match. Okay. And this is why WWE will come back and eat your ass alive. Because if you look at what happened with Ted Turner's WCW, for 84 weeks, they beat Raw. They got sloppy. WWE came back and ate their ass alive. This, the state of professional wrestling going into WrestleMania. WrestleMania is built like a shit show. And whether or not it's going to be a good shit show, it all depends on how they turn it out. They have a chance tomorrow night to add a tag title match. I don't care if it's the Street Profits, the Motor City Machine Guns, Fraction against Priest and R2 for WrestleMania. I don't give a damn. They stopped us from having a classic with Io Sky and Oscar. Why? Because they wanted to put Show Speed with Division against the Usos and LA Knight. Wrestling is getting to the point where it's becoming boring. WWE only top show to watch is SmackDown, NXT. So I'm going to say this, and I'm about to end this broadcast. This is up for debate. The first question I got to people that's going to watch this later on: how do you feel about what happened last night on AEW? The second question: how do you feel about WrestleMania? And the last question: how do you feel Paul Levesque is doing in WWE? And how do you feel Tony Khan is doing in AEW? And do you feel he is wasting an opportunity not putting Ring of Honor on TV? Because I do. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Master of the Map. I'm back. And to everybody who's going to criticize my show, to everybody who has a problem with what I said, the language that I use, okay, with all due respect, I am a believer, a born-again believer. I'm a man of God. But I'm passionate about that, and God comes before anything in my life. But this is what I do on the side, along with the BCW. That's what I do on the side. If you wouldn't be so nosy and creeping in and watching what I was put on here, then you wouldn't have heard what I said. You're welcome to come in and listen, because when I start talking about wrestling, I get passionate, because the business I grew up on, the business I watch, is going down the toilet. Just like I talk about wrestling, I'm outside talking about the word. So if you don't like what I'm saying here, then stop being nosy. Stop clicking on to what I say. Stop clicking on to what I put on Facebook, because some things it's going to have a little profanities in it. If you don't like it, stop clicking on it. With that being said, I mean no disrespect by what I just said, and I hope nobody gets offended or how I said it. But it's a true statement. Look, we have one life to live, and we can't worry about what or how people view us, because people are going to view you no matter what you say. See, I'm doing this right now, and you're going to get somebody to come on here. Well, he was an armor bearer. Yeah, I was. A damn good one at that. A great one at that. One of the best. The best, in my opinion. Yeah, I was an armor bearer. Devoted to my job. Devoted to the man and woman of God that I was armor bearing for. But sometimes you got to go in that valley. You got to ask God to show you where to go next. And yes, it's no time to be in the valley, but sometimes that valley is what's going to save your life. I'm on here talking like this, and this is not what this was for, but I'm just saying. Sometimes going in the valley can save your life. And when you ask God to show you what's next, don't be discouraged when he don't answer you right away, because it's coming. But other than that, to anybody who don't like what I just said, they just master them out. These are my views, my point of views. This is how I feel about the wrestling business. WWE, AEW, what happened last night on AEW shouldn't have happened. Tony Khan, in all reality, fucked up. He dropped the ball. Because to have MJF, the caliber wrestler that he is, and to have Darby Allin, the caliber wrestler that he is, to go out and to compete in a squash match. You absolutely dropped the ball. You just not only devalued Darby Allin's career and MJF's career, you also devalued your own world championship. As long as Darby Allin holds that championship is worthless. And I like Darby Allin, but I got to be upfront and transparent with you. As long as Darby Allin is the AEW World Champion, that championship means more. Matter of fact, that championship means less than the WWE ID Championship. That's basically all I can say behind that. Shouldn't have happened, but it did. Shouldn't have went down that way, but it did. It shouldn't have ended that way, but it did, because AEW thought it was funny to do a squash match for their main event. AEW thought it was funny to devalue a career like MJF. I can't say no more. But I am Anthony, the Origin Bryant. This has been another edition of the Master of the Mat. Thank you all for watching. Again, these are my views. These are my point of views. If you don't like it, please be respectful in the comment or you will be blocked. Comment along. Let me know how you feel about how this show is. We're going to be back here again very, very soon. I might do a post-WrestleMania Master of the Mat. I have no idea yet, but I will let you know. But yes, I am Anthony, the Origin Bryant. This has been another edition of the Master of the Mat. Thank you all for watching.
You don't want none.
Since AJ Styles is going to the Hall of Fame tomorrow night, Bullet Club. You don't want none.